And we live. Welcome to another episode of Easy Sports. And today I'm joined by a special guest, the one and only Erin Herz.
Hi, how are you?
Actually, I will let yourself. Let me put cheering. Let's see. Could you hear that?
No, did you?
Wow, I can hear it on my end. You can't
I
hear
think it's a bit
anything.
soft. It might
Oh,
be
it's
a
a
bit
bit
soft.
soft.
I think I heard a little bit.
All right. No, it's cool. It'll be part of the stream anyway, so at least
Okay.
people will know why I'm celebrating. But yeah, no, Aaron, just to start things off, let me just quickly share my screen. Um, I just wanted to, share this with you.
I'm nervous. What is it?
Yeah. So I, I'm not sure if you see anything on your end.
Not yet.
You can't see anything.
Loading. Loading.
Nothing at all.
Oh, there we go.
Yay! Congratulations,
Thank
Aaron.
you,
You know,
thank you, thank you.
just right off the bat, I just wanted to congratulate you on the show. Big ups to you. I know it's an honors, right? In education.
Yeah.
Ah, no, big ups to you. Well done. I mean, you got it at Wits on top of that. One of the hardest institutions in on planet Earth. Take us through the
Thank you,
journey.
thank
How
you, thank
was it? From a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult was it to conquer the age? Apparently, it gives you the age, right? They say Wits gives you the
Apparently, that's what
age.
they say. That's what they say.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It was definitely a journey, an
Yeah.
experience. Um, 1 to 10, I'd say somewhere between 7 and 8.
Hey.
It
Okay.
was, I started out full time in
Yes.
2021,
Yes.
which almost ended me. I had to
Mhm.
change to part time. Once I did that, it definitely became a lot easier, but it didn't really, the workload was still the same. It was just spread out
Yeah.
over more time. So it was hectic.
100%.
It took a lot, but it was worth it.
Wow, like for me, congratulations, and I mean it's record time on top of that. Like that's really impressive. I'm one of the few, okay, not few, but those guys that had to go for an extra year. Because I slipped on a banana a bit, but you see, with you,
Okay.
you
Mhm.
you you went through it completely, and
Thank
no,
you.
big ups to you. This is a big achievement.
Thank you so
Very
much.
big, considering that you are also a footballer. Like it's crazy. It's crazy how you balance out your time. You need to share how you do it.
And it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for football as well.
Oh,
Football made it possible. So,
wow, that's okay. Okay. I know
so
that's cool, eh?
That's a message in focusing on your education while you're pursuing your dreams.
100%, 100%. That I fully agree with you on. I also need to also get my ass back to school. Just to
No pressure at all.
upskill myself and just get more. Yeah, and you're all right. No pressure. Because I mean, it's these institutions will always be there.
And there's no timeline. Whatever timeline you're on is the timeline you're on.
You see, that's my issue. I tend to dwell on the timeline way too much instead of just
Mm-mm.
staying in my lane and just concentrating on my path. Because all of
And
course,
concentrating on now. Whatever
yeah,
you're doing now is working and it's good for you and it's getting in the direction you want to go. So,
100%. No. I fully concur with you. And of course, off the bat, the last time you and I had, actually, the last time you came on the show, I think we were discussing Liverpool. However, I just wanted us to, you know, like for the first segment, for us to just talk about you in particular. I mean, you've made a big move from Janine Van Veek's team. Is it JVC? No,
W.
J what? VW.
BW. Janine Van Beek.
JV. Yeah, sorry about that. Apologies for my dyslexia there, but but yeah,
Understand.
yeah. And so for me, I just want to ask you, like the transition. I mean, because you caught all of us by surprise. I saw this on social media, and then I'm like, what? Okay, I see you. I see you. Yeah.
Yeah. It was terrifying to say the least.
Yeah.
It was
Mm-hmm.
we were talking about timelines, it was that point in the timeline where I needed to make a change.
Yeah.
It did, even for me, it came out of left field. It just kind of happened. Got a phone
Yeah.
call. Hey,
Yes.
I watched you and I'm interested in you. And I was like, whoa, okay, that's interesting. And there was a time in my life, since you want to talk about Liverpool, there's a
Yeah.
time in my career where I thought I was, so my comparison was Jordan Henderson. Jordan
Yes.
Henderson will not enter another midfield in the Premier League.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to Liverpool, he is absolutely fundamental. And that's
Hundred
always how I
percent.
saw myself. I was an important cog in the machine, but I was just a cog in the machine.
Yeah.
Like irreplaceable, but just there. You
Nah.
wouldn't have noticed if I wasn't there, kind of thing. That's how I saw myself. So as soon as I
Mm.
got that sort of recognition, like, wait, there's something else out there for me. And I was like, okay, maybe I should really consider this. And it's just, I was at JVW for 10 years. It served me incredibly. I owe just about everything to them. And I'm really grateful for my time there. It just was time for something new, some growth. All the
Yeah.
cliches about how nothing happens in your comfort zone. And there was something right at the moment when it happened. I saw a reel on Instagram that said, it's a poem. It said, what if I fail? And then the response was, oh, but what if you fly? And I was like, yeah, let's see.
Yeah. Wow, no, no, no. That like you've put that very perfectly. Like, I never knew that you were at Janine's team for that long, though. Like, yo, that's quite some time,
It is
eh?
long. It really is
Yeah,
long.
yeah. You owed a testimonial or something. There's something that you need to get. 10 years, like 10 years is a long time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
man.
would
Like
love to
on
have
my
like
end.
a
Yeah, sorry.
I would love to
You may
have
go.
like a end of career return home, because
Yeah.
it's my home. I've got a bumper sticker on my car and it's not coming off. I've
Oh,
got
yeah.
key rings. I've got endless kit in my cupboard, and I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm going to hold on to it, and it means a lot to
Yeah.
me.
I know that's so cool. That's so cool. I mean, it's so cool that you've of course moved on to TX Galaxy, and I just wanted to check with you. You are based, of course, around here, right? In
Yeah,
Joburg,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So for training, because I know don't they aren't TX Galaxy from Pumalanga, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
we
So
train here.
so so do you, oh, you train here? Yes.
Yeah, we train in Joburg. The guys also train in Joburg. I think all the teams train in Joburg, but we play
Yeah.
our home games in Mpumalanga. So basically, every game is an away game.
Oh. Yeah, I see. Yo, okay, now that makes sense. That makes perfect sense then, because I mean, I was always thinking of that from a training standpoint. In my back of my mind, I thought maybe you had, of course, moved to that side,
No,
but yeah, and it makes perfect sense. Yeah, it really does make perfect sense. Hey, but as
yeah,
well, from a cultural standpoint, when you compare the two teams, did the ladies there welcome you with open hand? Because I've seen on your Instagram you constantly posting, I mean, turning up with them. I just wanted to check with you with that, because I know there are egos, of course, in any club, especially if you're coming for another person's position. Like,
yeah.
can you walk us through that? Yeah.
The unique scenario was that the team was brand new. They bought status at the end of
Yeah.
last year.
Oh
So
yes.
all of us were new and we all
Mm.
came together. A good maybe 50% of us already knew each other.
Wow.
So that definitely helped, and we were all fond of each other and fond of playing together and knew how to play with each other. So that helped. It was easy to step into. It was almost like being I want to say pioneer for the team. Um,
Yeah.
so we were the first, and that made it easier. I wasn't, as you said, I didn't come in and take anyone's position. I was brought in to be the team's right back kind of thing,
Yeah.
which was nice. It definitely helped the transition a little bit easier. Um, in terms of just general, because we're so new to each other, we're still learning each other, and socially, there's still ground to be gained. Team buildings to be had, personalities to understand, as compared to JVW, for example, where I was forever. And there's people that have seen me cry,
Yeah.
laugh, all sorts of the emotions you can
Yeah.
feel. So I'm still adjusting to that. We're all adjusting to each other, and we're getting to know each other a lot better.
Oh, no, that's cool. That's cool. And for me, it's much easier for if you put in your sort of predicament, you know. But of course, from a team's chemistry standpoint, you did say that you do know 50% of the ladies that you were playing with. So I'm sure from get go, things were just smooth as far as getting you guys together and having you guys play as one. You know, from a camaraderie standpoint, I take it that the team is in good hands.
Very much so. Very much
Yeah.
so. Especially on the field.
Yeah, no, no, indeed. You know, I just wanted to check because, to be honest with you, of late, since we are in post, what again, off season, I hadn't had the chance to like just check up on the log in particular for the TX Galaxy Queens. Um, are you guys still in pre-season, or is it right now a
No.
phase of, because it's the World Cup around the corner? Um,
We
yeah,
so we play winter. So we normally start around March, finish around November. This year we started earlier because of the long break we
yeah,
were going to have for the World Cup. So
yeah,
we crossed the halfway point and played 2 games and then we
yeah.
went on break. So we've played 17 games.
17, yeah, 17.
Yeah,
You've won 11. Yeah. No, but that's still
that's
impressive because I do see that you guys are in the top three. Yeah, that's impressive. And you're ahead of, actually, you level on points with your old team. Wow,
yeah.
37
I think a
points.
game in
And I,
hand.
yeah, what a game of hand. And as well, yeah, it seems as if Mamelodi Sundowns are still doing what they do best.
Steamrolling,
And
yeah.
yeah, it's crazy, man. I feel like the gap needs to now not stop widening, but rather,
It is
closing up.
slowly. It is
Yeah, it
slowly.
is. Yeah.
We drew with them. They have
Wow.
lost. Um,
Yes.
they also beat their rivals like 3-0, or the team in second
Yeah.
place. So it's up and down. There is still a second phase, and we'll see what happens. It's possible. And we were almost brought together intentionally for that reason,
That's
to
good. That's good.
break down the dynasty.
Yeah,
So hopefully we
you
can.
have to. You have to. I mean, because this they're turning this into the Premier League or even PSL to say the
I've
least, because the PSL was done by like February, March.
yeah.
The league was done, and
I've
my
always
yeah,
described the league to be quite similar to the Premier League,
mm,
the
yeah,
City and Sundowns, and then
yes,
everyone below them are very good and very competitive. So like
true,
the Premier League's top 6, obviously bar City, is really fun to watch. Like Chelsea
mm,
United, all of those games are entertaining and they're high
yeah,
stakes and they quality football. And it's the same in our league. And the other factor that's really similar is you can lose to anyone on any day. No matter,
yeah.
you can go to East London to a team second from the bottom and you never know what's going to happen. So it's cool. It's entertaining.
Yeah, no, it really is. It really is. I just wish that games would be broadcast even more, especially for us who actually love sports in general. I mean, I'd love to, also watch and understand what goes on in women's football, but unfortunately, access. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I used to watch your games on Facebook, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I do recall watching you on
Mm-hmm.
I think you were playing here at Wits. I think you even won man of the match that day. You won. I think, yeah, you did 2K, right? That's how much you got.
I haven't. I've never won.
You've never gotten man of, you
Oh,
have.
I
It's
got
even
that
posted
for
on your
Varsity Cup.
Instagram.
I got that for Varsity Cup. Silver.
Oh,
Yeah.
but for me, you had an exceptional game. I mean,
Thank
I
you.
thought you were on another level there. You were
Thank you.
on some, you know, what is this? Licha. You know Licha from Man United,
Yeah.
the best centre back in the league. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll take.
Yeah.
I have to accept. How can I deny that?
Yeah, I know, indeed. I just want us to now. like switch over to international football because I feel like that's the football that I'm familiar with. I'm familiar mostly with the international football, and of course, the Women's World Cup beginning on Thursday. If I'm
So
not mistaken.
exciting.
Yes, it's
So
going to be
exciting.
interesting. I just don't like the
Yeah.
time zones.
The
Personally, I
time zones
just
really are bothering me as well. There's a South
big
African
time.
game at 2 a.m.
Two, it's against Argentina, if I'm not
and it's
mistaken.
probably our biggest contender
Yeah,
that we can
indeed,
really
indeed.
show up and play in. And I don't know if I'm gonna make it up at 2 a.m. Maybe I
Yeah,
should
same.
get a little
Yeah,
bit of
I'm
sleep.
sorry. 2 a.m. is
I don't know.
way
I
too
just don't
early.
know.
Yeah, I think on my end I'll ensure to wake up, not even wake up, just watch rematches.
Yeah,
Fortunately
I
for
think I'll
us,
just watch
we
it
have.
after.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so now, of course, we're discussing the groups. I'm not sure if you can see on your end.
Sure. It's a bit small, but it's okay.
It's a bit small. Sorry, I know you wear
But
glasses.
it's okay.
All right, but I'll
But
just call out the teams. Of course, Group A has New Zealand, Norway, Philippines, Switzerland.
okay.
In this group, who do you think are the two teams that will qualify for the next round, and why?
Probably New Zealand and Norway.
Hmm.
I honestly can't really answer why.
Yeah.
I
But
don't know enough about any of the teams in that group.
yeah,
But I think the unfortunate European supremacy that exists in football is probably going to give
hundred
Norway a bit
percent.
of an upper hand.
Yeah,
Um, and I don't know, maybe home ground advantage. I don't think New Zealand are terrible.
yeah.
I think
I know they're okay. They're not a bad side. They're very competitive, and as well, of course, from a physicality standpoint, they of course trump most teams in that
yeah,
regard. But
yeah,
yeah, I also do believe that home ground advantage.
yeah,
Them. I think this is the first like major football um
mm,
tournament that they've ever hosted. So
mm.
I'm certain
And
that the
they are
players will
very
turn up.
the country's
Yeah,
very hard, so exciting as well.
100%. You're all right. You're all right. And then I just also wanted to just check with you. Oh yeah, someone just wanted to greet you. His name is Waterboy
Yeah,
Wavy. I'm not sure if you know who Waterboy
yes, of
Wavy
course.
is.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah.
How have you been?
Yeah. No. He tunes in a lot. Specifically when we're discussing basketball. I mean, he's a huge basketball fanatic.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
and just also want to double check with you, Scandinavia, right? So Norway
Yeah,
is situated in Scandinavia, right? So you've
yeah.
got Norway, Denmark,
Sweden.
Sweden. Yeah, isn't that region known for having competitive women's leagues,
I believe so.
or is it
I do
just
believe so.
only Sweden that is known for
That's
having?
why that's kind of what made me think Norway would be a good contender.
Yeah,
I know for a fact Sweden does. I do know of
yeah,
some. I think some South Africans have gone to play in
yeah,
another Scandinavian country.
yeah,
But yeah, I guess we'll find out in the coming
yeah. No,
weeks.
we will indeed. So, okay, with me, to be honest with you, I'm only familiar with New Zealand. I haven't seen the other three teams actually play for me to even give a proper prediction. But of course, we'll, you know, consider
Yeah,
Norway because of how competitive that region is when it comes to
yeah,
women's football.
yeah,
And of course, this group is also very tough. I mean, we have in Group B we have Australia, Canada, Nigeria, as well as the Republic of Ireland. I just wanted to check with you: are Ireland a powerhouse in women's football?
I
I know
don't.
they were ranked first in rugby. Yeah,
They
as
do
the
have.
number one.
They have some individual stars. They have a
Yeah.
very good coach who used to coach Banyana. But this is
Hey.
their first appearance. I don't know if that says anything really.
Mm.
But she did have quite a big role in them qualifying. So maybe they do have some good momentum behind them. But I
Yeah.
don't know them to be. They do have stars, individual stars. So if you can imagine like an Irish men's team, you could probably think of
Yes.
one or two players and not really name many others. Not you.
Hundred
You would be
percent.
able to name a starting 11. But the average football fan, um,
Yeah.
the average football fan wouldn't. And I think it's pretty similar in women's football.
Yeah. Yeah. So of
Australia on the
course,
other hand, Canada on the other hand, Nigeria on the
yeah,
other hand.
yeah.
Wow, that is a group A.
That is a tough group. Hey, it's very tough. But we have to pick two. We have
Oh
to pick
wow.
two teams.
As much as I would really, really love for Nigeria to be one of them,
Yeah.
it might just be Australia and Canada.
Damn.
Canada have a very good team. They won the Olympics.
Yes.
Australia obviously have the potential top goal scorer of the tournament.
Yeah. I see she's on another level. Hey, she recently scored I think a hat trick in the warm-ups, you know.
You know
She's
those
on
strikers
another
who just
level.
know where the goal is without even thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
know,
Wayne.
but Erin, you can lock her up. I mean, it'll be too easy for you, man.
I would do my best. I would do my best.
All right, let's move on to Group C. We've got Costa
Okay,
Rica, Japan, Spain, and Zambia. The
this is another interesting one.
yeah,
A lot, also some powerhouses. Spain and Japan, of course.
yes,
Spain are said to be contenders.
yeah,
Japan have been runners up before.
yeah. They
I
have.
think they've
I
also
do.
won the Olympics at some point.
Yes, gold.
Zambia, also really good.
Mm, extremely good. They're on the
They
rise, actually.
yeah, they drew
Mm.
to Germany.
No, they
Or did
actually
they beat
won.
them?
They beat
They
them.
won
Yeah,
3-2.
Barbara Banda, I think scored the yeah, scored a brace in that
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah,
let's talk about Banda first, because I
yeah,
know you faced Banda before
yeah.
during your Kasapa Cup appearance, and like how is she? Because when I watch her, she's very fast, very physical.
Enormous,
Yeah,
enormous. I remember like standing to her shoulders.
yeah,
She's lovely in general,
yeah,
but she's like just an endless threat.
yeah,
Just no matter where she goes, you think you've gotten rid of her, but she's causing havoc with someone else, your teammate. So it's non-stop. Where is she? What are we supposed to be doing with her? How do you stop her? How do you? That was one of the most intense games of football I've ever played. I entered the field and I was like, wait, I've got some accelerating to do to join this game. So yeah, she is, yeah, as I say, an endless threat. Never know where, when, how to stop her. Yeah, and
yeah.
she
No,
can jump.
that's
She can jump. She can run. She can.
yeah. And on
She
top of
is.
that, yeah, sorry.
Sorry. No, continue.
No. I'm just saying on top of that, she's also a goal scorer as well. She's
Yeah,
very clinical.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I do think she is containable,
Yeah.
but with the right, like, I don't know, analysis, I guess, of her, you could find a weakness here or there and hold it out.
Yeah. I know that's true. That's true. And I mean, when you even look at Zambia as a team, like they really move as one.
Yeah,
You know, and I feel that's part of the reasons why even in the games that they've played or the friendlies that they've had,
yeah,
they've played extremely well, and I don't think they've lost the game.
yeah.
I was just upset when they let Switzerland back in because they were
Was it
yeah I think
Switzerland they drew 3-3 with?
yeah 3-3 because they were
Oh,
3-1 up at one stage, and I thought maybe the game is done, is buried and done, of course, but it just went
sorry.
on. Yeah, no, it's okay, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah.
Just plugging in so I don't get lost. But yeah,
Yeah.
Zambia, I don't know how to call this one. It is a tough one. Hopefully, let's
Yeah.
say there will be an upset and say Spain, Zambia.
Yeah.
Maybe Japan are in a period of transition. They haven't been quite as dominant.
Woo! That
So
is
yeah.
so true. Hey, you are right. Japan, of course, there's a lot of players who've retired, and
Yeah.
yeah, and from an experience standpoint, that could,
Yeah.
yeah, because I also, personally, I also do think, I think Zambia are gonna go far. Like
I
I've been
do think
impressed
Zambia
with
has,
them in all the friendly,
yeah.
yeah,
And they
and
have
and and
like a
what I like,
fire that's quite undeniable.
100%. Even when we were playing them in the AFCON, that I think the AFCON that
Mm.
we won, they were a very tough team to
Mm.
beat.
So I think that was the
They were
hardest game.
really, yeah, it was, and of course, VAR went our way and we managed to win. But of course, in all sports, there's an element of luck that is needed as well. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
So yeah, it
so of
equally could
course
have
we're gonna,
been Zambia's.
it exactly could have been them as well. Yeah. So yeah, we'll just of course leave it at Spain and Zambia make
Zambia,
going
yeah.
through. Yeah, I'm glad we were on the same
I back them.
page. Yeah, no, indeed. I do as well. And of course, Group D, you've got China, Denmark, England, Haiti. Wow. Yeah,
I do know China to be quite good historically, but I think similar to
yeah,
Japan, I don't know if they still are. Um, Denmark, I'm just gonna have to have the same assumption as Norway that they
yeah,
probably are good based just on facilities and resources. And
yeah,
England, I know are going to be amazing. I'm sure we
yeah.
all know they're going to be amazing. They have
Hmm.
stars in every position. They've got what was I going to say? Champions League
Yeah,
players in every position, or Champions League winners
yeah,
in some positions. So yeah, England
yeah.
are definitely. I don't know who the second one would be. What do you think?
Okay, for me personally, I do think England are, of course, one of the favorites as well. They've been playing extremely well. They are the European champions, current European champions. Majority of
True.
the players
True.
are also used to winning major silverware because that does play a huge role.
Yeah, winning is a
And I
habit.
think exactly, and I think maybe on their end they just wanna show the men's team how it's
Hmm.
done in
Of
major
course.
tournaments.
This is what it looks like. This is what it looks
Ex-
like.
exactly. So for me, I'm also going with England, and I'm going England and Denmark.
Okay.
Haiti-ish or Haiti. I don't know how to pronounce it. Haiti or
I
Haiti.
have no, I have no idea. Your guess
It's
is as good as mine.
it's Haiti.
I
You
understand
know,
the high tea.
it's high T, right? Okay,
No idea.
Haiti.
Afraid I have no
Anyway,
idea.
anyway, as long as we understand what I'm talking
I
about. So
was yeah. I was looking at a list of young potential breakout stars, and one of them was from Haiti. So
oh yeah,
maybe they have a star or two, but I don't know if
yeah.
they'll cross the line.
Of course. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a team sport. You see, if this was
Yeah,
boxing or tennis, it would be a
yeah,
different conversation. So
very true.
that's that's why for me, England as a collective,
Yeah.
they are they're exceptional as individuals and also play as
Mhm.
one.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I'm leaning towards them and Denmark. I do
Mhm.
think those two teams will qualify for the next round. And
I support.
then I beg your pardon?
I support that fully.
All right. All right. Thank you. Now we move on to Group E: Netherlands, Portugal, the
Yes,
United States reigning champions,
of
and
course.
Vietnam. Wow, this one
I won't.
is
I won't even lie. I don't know anything about Vietnam. I think it's
same
quite a
here.
small footballing nation. I was
Yeah,
on a. I was at a thing at Supersport, and they were speaking about the like. I don't want to say the interesting disparity, I guess, between some nations that are not footballing nations in the men's side of things, but
Yeah,
are the women's side. So I can't even, for a country like Vietnam, I can't even say, well, the men are good. So it's interesting
yeah.
that that the women have taken it this far, but I guess we'll see. We'll find out. But the
Yeah,
USA, of course, reigning champs. Still,
yep.
also, as you say, with a lot of the team retained,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of new stars as well.
Yes.
Portugal also for the first time qualified.
Wow.
Yeah, which is once again is interesting because you'd expect them to have be a great footballing nation based on the men,
I
but
hundred
the
percent.
women are coming on their own at their own pace. So I
Yeah,
think maybe being debutantes might be a tough one for them, especially in this group.
yeah.
The Netherlands, I think, were second. They
Yeah.
lost to the USA, yeah, and
Yes, they did.
they have Ballon d'Or winners in their ranks. So I think the USA and the Netherlands.
Yeah, no, that's true. I recall watching Banyana play the Netherlands, and
Yeah.
I think Timbi Khatlan
Mm.
scored the consolation goal. It was a
Mm.
very high scoring game, very one
Yeah.
sided. Of course, I'd say physicality more than anything, because
Yeah.
the Dutch ladies were
Speed.
extremely tall,
Yeah.
and so they played
Yeah.
a lot of long balls, and that
Yeah.
that caused us a lot of issues.
Mm.
So yeah,
And I
of
think,
course
sorry
you
to
sorry.
interrupt. I think, sorry to interrupt. I think that's also what we can give those Scandinavian countries like the Denmarks and the Norways. They're
Yes.
gonna be heads and shoulders above most of their opponents. So
Exactly. They'll just be playing long balls and
yeah.
set plays. So
Hmm.
for me, that's their weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And of course, we've got a comment here from Modise Eugene saying USA all the way.
That must
Yeah,
be a
man.
United fan. I
Yeah,
guess
he
he
is
knows
a
how to
United
chase
fan.
glory. You see, United fans know how to
Yeah,
chase
he
glory.
is. How did you
Thank
know
you.
he's a United fan?
Because he supports the team that's winning. That's such a United fan
Yeah.
thing to do.
Uh, Not even, man. But like, on paper, Aaron, I mean, the US are a problem.
No, they are
They've
good, and
always
they've been
been,
good, and they're the
yeah.
blue
And
chips basically.
I see Megan. Sorry,
Yeah,
who's this? Megan Rapinoe, right?
yeah,
She's retiring after this
yeah,
tournament.
yeah,
Yeah, she said this is her last World Cup, and so the USA. I mean, it's because of their development. I think
yeah.
there's that
And they've
culture
league.
and their league as well.
Yeah,
Is that the best league in the world, or is it?
it's
You
pretty
know,
safe to
um,
assume. It's
yeah,
hard. The problem with the USA is it's hard to compare
yeah,
because we can't say like you can say something about Spain being historically the best league because they have endlessly won many Champions Leagues. But you
yeah,
can't bring the USA into that conversation because they'll never compete against Barcelona. So
yeah,
it's hard to say, but based on from my understanding, local leagues, the intention of local leagues are to develop um, talent for the national team. And considering how well their national team runs, it's safe
yeah,
to assume they ticking all the right
yeah.
boxes in competition.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely. And of course, we've got another comment from Modise saying, I support Banyana Banyana. Hope to see you in the next one, Aaron.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much. That's 100% the plan.
yeah, no, definitely. We want to see you there, Aaron. We want to
I'll
see
be
you
there.
bully these
I'll be there.
ladies.
I'll be there. Thank you so much.
Of course, of course, we now move on to Brazil, France, Jamaica, Panama. And it's crazy how Jamaica and Panama are situated in one group. It's
Yeah.
rare to find
Same.
two
Same here.
CONCACAF countries in one group. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the same region, yeah. So your take, I think, of course, how do you pronounce her name? The Brazilian star, is it Marta
Malta.
or
Yeah.
Marta
Oh,
or it's Marta, like
it's,
like
I
the
don't
guy who
know.
used to play for
I'm not
United,
good with
the guy who
I'm
scored
not
the
good with
bicycle
R's.
kick at Anfield. Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
snap. Oh
I
yeah,
don't
you were
recall
gone there
Anfield
for.
being involved in this conversation.
I know. Just memories, man.
Thanks.
Like Marta
Thanks.
just came
Of
to mind,
course.
and I just remember the bicycle.
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
And you've got the memory to retain that information. So
Yeah, man. I
thanks.
mean,
Thanks for
hey.
reminding the rest of us.
Yeah, and then of course, yeah. Which two teams would you
So I
do you think will?
again don't know much about Panama.
Yeah,
Um, France, incredible. Big
yeah,
names, big league. Um, a lot of people want to join that league. Lyon
it's
used to be dangerous in the Champions League. I think they
Champions
are still pretty big contenders. Jamaica are having a lot of behind the scenes drama. I don't know how much of an influence that is.
League. Yeah.
But I do think they are quite good. I think they have some Premier League stars.
Mm,
One.
Erin,
There's
they
one
didn't
that's
they get
throwing me off. I can't remember her name.
but didn't they get slapped by Australia recently?
I
Yeah,
wouldn't be surprised. Oh,
it was a
yes, you're right.
very
They did. They did. They did.
it was high scoring. And you said that there's something that's happening behind the scenes in the team. What's
Yeah,
happening?
they're having. I read that they were the one of the players posted that they're having to like go fund me and find their
Oh
own ways to
man,
sort it, which is not fabulous. They just don't feel like they're being taken care of by their FA.
yeah,
Uh, it seems to be widespread though, so hopefully
yeah,
this World Cup is successful for all the teams and just gives a lot of attention to the sport and the quality of the
yeah,
standard that women's football is at now, that it deserves the attention.
yeah,
But anyway, we'll get there, I'm sure. France and
yeah.
Brazil. France and Brazil.
Just like that, France and Brazil.
Just like that.
Okay, I know. I fully agree
France
with
was
you.
not
And
as
I just
hard as
wanted to
they
ask
look.
you: is the French league the most lucrative league in Europe,
In Europe, I thought
or
you
is
were,
it
I was
just
going to say I'm
the
still the
most,
US.
or is it the most
I don't,
competitive, or is it this is because you are
I
right,
think Spain
Leon
is
lately.
starting, yeah. Spain is starting to come to the party.
Yeah,
Spain is quite lucrative. I know a lot of South Africans have gone to Spain.
yeah,
Um, France, I think, is competitive more than
yeah,
anything. High quality football, I think.
yeah. Yeah, because I support the men's national team. I'm a
Yeah.
huge French supporter. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. And of course, Group G. Oh my days! Argentina, Italia, South Africa, Sweden. Yeah, Aaron.
Well, well, well. Here we are.
Wow, wow, wow.
Well, obviously Sweden. Sweden are contenders to win. They finished third in the
Mm-hmm.
last competition. I don't know much about Italy and Argentina. I know everything you need to know about South Africa, but that's besides the point.
Yeah,
Um, in terms of South Africa, I do feel like we're gonna have a lot more of a showing this World Cup. I don't think
yeah.
we're gonna watch endless defending.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they are really making good ground. They drew to Costa. I'm not drew. They beat Costa Rica,
Yeah,
and Costa Rica ranked higher than us.
yeah,
So I think our closest ranking team is Argentina, and I think that could be a good chance for us to get points. But I think in terms of actually going through, probably Sweden and Italy. I
yeah.
don't know anything about Italy. I don't know anything about their league, but I just European resources and facilities again will probably get them across the line.
Hmm.
I don't know
No,
actually.
that's
What do you think?
yeah. Hmm. Okay, for me, of course, Sweden. Yeah, Sweden are a problem. So them,
Yeah.
we'll just leave them out of this conversation. However, I'm also what is this? Wary with Banyana with what's going on behind the scenes. And I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
Eugene just touched on it right now. Murise just, made a comment. What about the psychological aspects for Banyana with all the Safa drama? You know,
Mm,
like you see, that is one thing that that bothers me as well. Being a
mm,
fan of Banyana, being a true supporter of them,
mm,
and having to see what they're going through is quite
mm.
upsetting. But of course, I say this on countless shows. The way our football is being run, I believe we are more than capable of competing with the best in the world, but we need the guys at the top to match the ambition of our players. Pretty much like Man United, essentially. You've got players who want to win, but the management aren't serious about
And
running the club optimally.
it really it's so clear to see the direct impact of that top level drama.
Yeah,
That like you can be on the ground doing your best at your physical peak. I mean, we just won AFCON, and
yeah,
we're literally at our best, but yet it's not enough apparently. And as you say, like South Africa in general, gender, regardless of gender, there is so much talent. Football is like, you know, everywhere. Let me put it that
yeah,
way. It's one of the easiest things to participate in. You just need a ground and a ball. And as South Africans, we make anything a ground and anything a ball.
yeah,
So there's so much talent out there, and they just don't do what it takes to make it like profitable, beneficial, grow.
yeah,
And like we're not asking a lot as a country. We're just asking for a bit of seriousness.
yeah. We are
Just take
true.
everything seriously. Just try, put in effort. What they're doing is bare minimum, and it's gotten us really far. Like
Yeah,
especially Banyana getting to where they've gotten with Safa
yeah.
barely
Doing
committing
it.
is huge. So imagine if
Mm-hmm.
they actually did. It would be it would. What bothers me the most is it would be beneficial for everyone, especially Safa,
Yeah,
more so than the players, more so than the coaching stuff. It would benefit Safa so much. Imagine we make round of 16 or
yeah,
quarterfinals. Safa stands to gain so much from that,
yeah. They do. They really
purely
do.
on recognition, financially, all of the above. So
Yeah,
just do it.
yeah. And Sapa, they really do need to pull up their socks, and hopefully they can honor the agreement. More than anything, I just want them to honor what is due to Banyana and give
Mm,
them what they deserve.
mm,
There can't be any excuses because the money is there. It's not like it's not there. It's there. And so they just need to, do the right thing.
mm-hmm.
Do the right thing.
In
Yeah.
terms of the psychological aspect,
Sorry,
as
sorry.
what
Let
you
me bring that
mentioned,
back.
no, it's okay. Okay. I think, I don't want to say the whole drama's over, it's not. But I do think the players on the ground are more focused on playing. Because
Mhm.
not to say that it was obviously of major concern, and I think that's why they, excuse me, addressed it before they left. But being there, I think the only thing they're thinking about is competing, which I hope is gonna pay off for them, because it's a huge stage and it's not the first time for most of them. They went last time and didn't have the most positive experience, and now they, just off the back of winning AFCON, are probably hungrier than ever, regardless of what's happened off the field. They probably can't be bothered. Let's just go in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
so
And
hopefully it would be cool to see them go through second.
yeah, it'd be cool for them to get a result against Sweden. You know,
That would be cool.
that would be that would be huge. That would be huge. And of course, Maurice being a fan of Banyana, just like me, naming the
That is a
star
good list of
players.
players. That is a good list of
Yeah,
players.
yeah. He forgot who's this lady? Jani. Um,
That's Fifi.
yeah,
Fifi
Refilwe
was
Jani.
done.
Oh, Fifi. Yeah, Fifi. Oh, I forgot Fifi. Refilwe.
Unreal.
Ish. My
Unreal.
bad. Don't clip me for that. Yeah, 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 yeah. And of course, the last group being A group that
Germany.
comprises of Germany, Colombia, South Korea, as well as Morocco. Is this Morocco's maiden tournament as well? Maiden,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Wow,
think South Africa and
that's
Nigeria are the only teams that went last time.
yeah,
They've obviously expanded, so Africa got more entrants this time.
yeah. Did.
Um, Morocco, I don't really think stand much of a chance. I'm sorry,
Eish.
anyone out there. um, they have some good
Man.
players, but on
Mm.
this kind of a stage, a whole different ball game. I think we thrashed them in the Afcon final.
Yeah, we
It
beat them.
wasn't
We beat
it wasn't cute. It was
them. Yeah,
yeah, and yeah. So Germany are definitely big names, big stars, Champions League standard.
yeah,
Um, then I don't know if you watched the Champions League final, the women's Champions League final. It was unreal.
yeah,
But Wolfsburg were in it. I think the German league is quite good,
yeah,
especially in European competition. So I do think Germany is definite. Korea Republic, I think historically has also been quite good.
yeah,
Colombia, I believe Colombian football is great generally. I
yeah.
don't really know. What do you think?
Mm. Yeah. With me, of course, Alexander Pop being a player that I've seen since
Ruthless.
her under 20 days. There's a time where there was the under 20 World Cup and she was like on fire, just
Mm, mm,
scoring at will. And yeah, for me, Germany, I do see them advancing. I mean, they're not as strong as they used to be, in
yeah,
my
that is true.
opinion. Yeah, there's just I think the older generation were far
Yeah,
more superior than the
yeah,
current generation. And
mm,
of course, teams are beginning, especially countries. I mean, when you even look at Zambia, teams are beginning to develop their women's leagues, and
yeah, yeah,
so it's now more closer,
mm,
and there's a lot of really strong teams.
mm.
And yeah, man,
It's
do
interesting
think
that Germany's
yeah,
situation is quite similar to their men's.
yeah,
That
and it means is
as their
yeah,
average age is increasing, the team's losing
yo, they're
the
losing. The
strength a bit.
men's
Yeah,
the men's
yeah,
it's looking bleak for them, and they're
it
hosting
is.
the what like in Euros, so it's gonna be a funny one because even in the World Cup they were not great.
Yeah,
So
and I thought they
yeah,
would pick up after 2018 because 2018 was bad, and I
yeah,
thought this one would be like their recuperation, like a quarterfinal, semi-final. But yeah,
nope, nah, it's bad. It's bad all around. So I think maybe it's just the next generation of players aren't
yeah,
as
yeah,
good because I'll never say it's the German Federation. There's something wrong with
mm,
that
mm,
federation. They've always qualified for major
mm,
tournaments. They've
mm.
always um,
Had
gone
good
further,
name. Mm.
And so for me, it's quite strange seeing them in the current situation. But hey, I mean, they're not my country, so
Not
yeah.
your
But
area of concern.
yeah, you see, with me, I think it's gonna be Germany and South Korea. Uh,
They,
South Korea, I've watched them. They play as one. I liked
yeah,
watching teams that play as one.
yeah,
More than anything, this is a team sport, and
yeah.
it's lovely seeing teams that have fluidity. And South Korea are a team that play a lot
And they play
as
very
one.
technical football.
Exactly, they know how to hold on to
Yeah,
the ball. They're very competent on the
yeah.
ball. Each and every
And
player.
they have
Yeah,
the opposition just wondering where the ball is and where they are, and it's just
yeah,
organized
exactly.
chaos essentially.
Yeah. And so, of course, Maurice has another comment saying Morocco played well in the Women's African Cup of Nations. They have a slightly easier group than Banyana. And yeah, I do agree with the slightly easier. Yeah. But
I also
yeah, you
agree
want
with
to,
it, but also slightly. they did have major home ground advantage. Those crowds were huge and they were
Yeah,
very energetic and
and they
it
use
made things a lot
lasers.
more. Yeah.
Yeah,
They did
using
play well, but
lasers.
I believe they had a lot on their side. They did
100%.
win. A Moroccan team won the CAF Champions League,
Yeah,
the Club Champions League. So they do have a bit of momentum, and a lot of that team forms the national team. So maybe.
yeah. I know maybe. Yeah, like for me, to see another African team, qualify for the next round will be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like on my end, I'll just, stick with South Korea and Germany, Modise.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
We've
the
already
heart
given.
says Morocco, but
Yeah.
my mind or brain
Yeah.
rather saying um South Korea. So it will be an interesting World Cup. I mean, it does
It will
begin
be.
soon.
It's
I
so
can't wait
exciting.
as well. Yeah, of course, most of the games I won't lie, I'll be watching highlights due to the
Yeah.
time zones.
It's okay.
Um,
As long as you
that's
watch.
why that's why I really prefer tournaments to be either hosted actually in Europe,
Mm.
Europe or Middle East. Yeah,
Mm.
those are the two regions that I prefer because I know from a time zone standpoint, I don't need
Mm.
to wake up early to watch games. And when I look at even the up and coming Men's World Cup in 2026, it
Oh
being
no
in
no
the
no.
US, it's even
I need to
worse.
watch that, yeah.
Yeah, the US is even worse. Because even
Yeah.
remember even the 2014 World Cup, I didn't enjoy watching it, because
The
they did
Brazilian.
have games. Yeah, they had
Yeah.
games that were late,
Yeah.
late, 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 late.
Another shout
Yeah.
is Africa. Doesn't just have to be
Yeah.
Europe. Europe and Africa are
Yeah,
similar
of
caliber.
course.
But bring it to us.
Yeah, they must. They must, because we've hosted a World Cup before and hosted it successfully. You are
Mm-hmm.
right. It has to come back. Yeah, women's
And
world.
we bidding for the 2027 Women's World Cup.
Hey,
So yeah.
hopefully we can get it. And then of course, watch you play. Hopefully
Yeah.
you can give us tickets. I'm not a
That's the plan. That's
really
hundred
big
percent the
guy.
plan.
Yeah, man. We'll pull through there with our boards.
Of
And
course.
then yeah, we'll sing "You'll Never Walk Alone."
I would be honored. I would be honored.
Yeah. Like in closing, Erin, did you wanna perhaps send a message to Banyana? I know you know a few of the girls there that are gonna be representing us. What message would you send to them?
Just wishing them all the best. There's nothing left to
Mm,
do but showcase what they're capable of, and that is a lot. Um, there, there's endless talent in that team, and it's going to be so excited to watch it all come together. So yeah, all the best. Best of luck, and do what you do best.
100%, 100%.
Bef-
I concur with
Before we
each and
go,
everything. Yeah.
do you have a winner?
Winner. Winner. Let me just see. Personally, this is just my opinion. I think England are gonna win it. As much as I'm not a fan of them, as I just don't like the fans. The fans are just very loud. But I do think it's the three lionesses, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I do
at the
think the
time,
three
no, it's just
lionesses,
yeah,
or yeah, I do think they are going to, you
yeah.
know, they're gonna win this one. And you?
I agree completely. I'm
Mm,
excited to see someone dismantle the USA.
yeah,
And I think they do have the just overall play in every position, technical ability, goal scoring ability to make it happen.
no, 100%. I fully agree. And you did say that they star-studded.
Yeah,
Everyone in that team is a star.
yeah.
Yeah, and then of course, I just wanted to post up a message by Mongameli saying, "We will never sing. You'd never walk alone."
We have it on record. We have it on
Yes.
record that it will be done.
Which
So
another question? I know this is outside of women's football, but who came up with that song? Was it the South? Because I know Glasgow Celtics also sing "You'll Never Walk Alone."
Isn't
You
it
guys
just
also
a
sing.
general? I thought it was a general like pop song, and they adopted it.
Yeah. Okay, you are
I don't know
right
if it
actually.
was written exclusively for them. I'm gonna get on that right now.
Yeah, actually, I need to do more research.
We'll have an answer as soon as we're done here.
Yeah, but I'm presuming it's the Scottish that came up with it.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Regardless, I look forward to hearing it being sung. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, yeah. So no, thank you so much, Erin,
Thank you
for
so much
availing
for having me.
yourself.
It
Yeah,
was
I
a
hope to
pleasure.
have more episodes with you.
I'd be
Yeah,
happy to.
it'll be so
Whenever
cool.
you
Yeah.
whenever you want me, need me, I'm available. I am injured at the moment, so I am on the
Yes,
path.
yes. I
Medicine?
did notice. I did notice. Yeah. What is it anyway? Is it an
Uh,
ACL injury?
yeah, until my ACL. Anyway, it's happened. It's done. I had surgery, and we move on.
Yo. Like for me, that 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 injury is something else, man. It looked very
It is.
painful.
It is. It
Yo.
wasn't.
But I beg your pardon?
It wasn't quite as painful as it seems, but it made a really scary sound, and that was more painful than the actual feeling. But me and Tammy Abraham did the same thing on the same day to the same leg. So I'm gonna see
Hey,
how our recovery processes compare.
yo, okay, now that's interesting. Yeah, I also
Yeah,
just monitor and just see
yeah.
who will heal first. Yeah,
Well,
but
I
anyway,
mean, we
Aaron.
know who will, but yeah.
But anyway, Aaron, thank you so much for availing
Thank you,
yourself,
thank you,
guys.
thank you, thank you. I
Please
appreciate it.
like,
Like, comment,
yeah,
share,
guys.
subscribe.
Yeah, exactly. Share, subscribe, help brother out. This is Easy Sports, and we out.
And it's been an honor to be
Peace.
here.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you.